we're working with forgiveness and peace this week. So that's been our theme this week, to look at how working with the intention for forgiveness can be very, very powerful and transformative. And what I've been suggesting is, I like to sort of, when I'm working with these sorts of emotional energies and some of these more challenging things, it's nice to throw something in that we don't always necessarily think of. And that is that sometimes it isn't just about forgiving a person or a situation or whatever, or the past. It's about having a willingness to forgive at some point. And so we can use the word yet here quite a lot. Forgiving, but maybe not yet. And that's okay. And that's just beginning to open ourselves up to the power and the intention of forgiveness without forcing ourselves to do it before we're ready. Because to be honest, if we're forgiving something when we're not ready to, we might as well not bother, because there's still going to be that underlying sort of, well, I'm still a bit cross, but okay, I'll forgive you. So do you see what I mean? And true forgiveness, if you're on the channel, I read a beautiful story yesterday by the Buddha about true forgiveness, which is just lovely. And I also shared that on Facebook. I shared the story on my Malula page on Facebook. So have a little look at that, because it's really, really profound and really helpful. But as always with this class, let's get moving straight away, or let's get going straight away. So finding your seat, you're cross-legged. And this morning, let's just bring the hands together straight to the heart. And let's start with an Om. So we're going to take a deep breath in. And again, a deep breath in. And one more, really deep breath in, lift tall through the spine, roll the shoulders back and down. And just gently focus to your breath and feel that vibration from the Om around your space. And then bring the hands down onto your knees and just blink your eyes open for a moment. And just come back into your energy, into how you're feeling. And let's just start to rock. So we're going to inhale, lift the chin and squeeze the shoulder blades together. And exhale, slowly roll that back and tuck the chin into the chest. Inhale, coming forward, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Slowly exhale, rolling back. Keep going. Slow movement. You could close the eyes again now you sort of know what you're doing. And just find a lovely rhythm, like a nice morning wake up stretch. And as you move, just thinking about forgiveness and what it means for you. And perhaps there's areas of your life at the moment where you're trying to forgive. Perhaps you're trying to forgive yourself. And thinking of forgiveness as a way to remove some of those darker energies of resentment, of bitterness, and perhaps jealousy or envy. Keep going. Maybe just start to speed it up a little bit now, but keep flowing with the breath. And thinking about how forgiveness can help us to move out of those darker, sort of more toxic energies into a more peaceful space. So that's where we're heading this morning. We're trying to head into a more peaceful space. Forgiveness obviously is also very important if we feel that we've been betrayed, if we've been hurt, if we've had our heart broken, if someone's been disloyal. So next time you go back on the exhale, we're going to start to roll now into a rotation. So open your eyes if you're not sure, and inhale. Start to go over your right knee, go forwards, exhale to the left and back round. So a full circle. Let the hips, the pelvis, the knees, the elbows, everything really find a sort of a full way around here. And keep imagining that you're drawing a circle with your chin. So you go all the way back, tuck in with your chin, all the way forwards, reach forwards with your chin. And next time you go back, let's start to go the other way. And as I said, there's no point in rushing forgiveness. And sometimes it can be hard if someone comes to us and apologizes and we're not quite ready to forgive. And perhaps an opportunity there to be honest with the person and say, I'm not quite there yet. And also forgiveness is not forgetting. And it doesn't condone abuse. It doesn't condone people who treat us badly. And to be honest, the best thing to do there is just to move away from them so that you can forgive in your own time. So come back to center and inhale, lift the arms up. And exhale, twist to the right, bringing the left hand onto the knee and looking over the right shoulder. So there's a difference, isn't there, between forgiving someone who perhaps made a mistake, who hurt us without really realizing it, and who genuinely is very, very sorry, to someone who continually hurts us over and over again, and who says sorry really as a way of just making you quiet down, and then they start all over again. That's not what we're talking about here. We can still forgive that, but we don't want to do that while we're still hanging out with the person. So we're going to inhale, lift the arms up, and exhale, twisting round to the left. I say that because I'm aware that sometimes people can remain in abusive situations by a constant round of forgiving, apologizing, of forgiveness. Okay, let's try again. And so I'm just aware, particularly as I know many of you are women, but it's just an awareness of saying this isn't some sort of let's just love and light this with a bit of Buddhist philosophy and it'll all be okay. So we're going to inhale, lift the arms up, recognizing the difference. Exhale, bring the hands down, fingers facing forwards, leaning back into your hands, and start to squeeze the shoulder blades together and really open your heart here. So this is where we can feel the discomfort and the pain when we're trying to work through difficult emotions and forgiveness. So really feel like you're squeezing your shoulders. And if you're particularly feeling anything around the heart space this morning, or whenever you're watching this, feel like you're squeezing it out, squeezing out that physical sensation. We can work with that physical sensation, can't we? We can experience it, we can notice it, we can see what happens when we move it through. So we'll push down into the hands and inhale, lift the arms up. And then we're going to exhale, start to reach the hands forwards. And then inhale, lift up once more, draw the belly in, and exhale, reach forwards through the fingers and bring the forehead down as far as you can towards the mat and hold. And again, breathe into your hips, any discomfort in your hips. And then from there, if you can, just come straight through from there to all fours. If that's a bit tricky, then just bring yourselves around any way you can. Make sure you're on your mat with your wrists below your shoulders, your knees below your hips, and start to have that little sway now. So we're just going to feel down into those hips again. And then center to inhale, look up, tailbone high. Exhale, tuck under. Inhale, look up. Exhale. Twice more with the breath. Last one. And then another little round and round. We're going to inhale, look up. And then exhale, sink back over your right heel, drop over your left. Inhale into the left hand, into the right hand. Exhale back. Inhale forwards. Exhale back. Just 3 times. Inhale forwards. And exhale back. Now the other way. Inhale into the right hand, left hand. Exhale back. Inhale forwards. Exhale back. And inhale forwards. And exhale, sink back. Take the knees a bit wider now to get a nice deep stretch back into child. Walk the hands forwards a little bit. Come down. See how it might feel this morning if you bring the chin down. That might not be accessible for you, so don't worry, forehead is fine, but just see how it feels to bring the chin down. And as you breathe, feel like you're breathing right down into your tailbone, pushing back through the tailbone to stretch up through the side body, through the shoulders, through the arms, into the hands. And then from there, we'll inhale, come to all fours, bring the knees a little closer together, tuck the toes under, down facing dog. And in down dog, we'll just have a little bend and stretch through on each side. So bend one knee, push into the other heel. Do that a few times on each side. And feel the hips getting involved here as well as the hamstrings stretching. Feel the hips getting a nice release too. And then squaring up and inhale, come forwards to plank. Lower the knees if you need to now, and exhale, come down to the mat. Elbows into the side, shoulder blades moving down the back, push into the hands, ground into the thighs, into the tops of the feet. Inhale, cobra. And exhale, release to hold. Inhale, come up a little higher. And exhale, release to hold. Inhale, higher still. And then tuck the toes and exhale it back into your down facing dog. From there, we're going to bend the knees and look forwards and take as many steps as you need, maybe one big step or lots of steps to come to the front of the mat. Hands come onto the shins, look up. And then exhale down into a fold. Just walk the hands down or let them dangle as you tuck in. Pull up through the inner arches of your feet. Feel that opening, your sacrum. And then bend the knees slightly and inhale, come all the way up. Bring the palms together. And exhale, bring the hands to the forehead. And just taking a moment just to ask for support and help from the divine energies. If you're struggling to forgive today, if you're feeling the very opposite of peace inside, if you're feeling in a bit of a turmoil, if you're upset, if you're emotional, it's often a great time to get on your mat. So just asking for a little support, reaching out to something higher than ourselves for help with our healing. And bring the hands down to the heart. And I like to think of every little upset in life, every little, trigger. Oh, sorry, my mic is lodged. Sorry. As an opportunity to grow a little more. Sometimes it can feel like, oh no, not that again. But then you can think, oh no, okay, let's do this again. This is an opportunity. Let's heal this one even more. So that's a way to sort of turn something around from feeling awful into something. It's an opportunity to grow. So we're going to inhale, lift the arms up, and then exhale down into a fold. Bend the knees a little if you need. Inhale, look up halfway. We're going to exhale it back with the left leg and lower the left knee. We're then going to inhale to sweep the arms up and hold it here to exhale. Keep gazing straight ahead and feel really strong through your core. We're going to inhale. We're going to straighten that right leg. So we're going to straighten it as much as we can. And then exhale, sink down into it. Watch that left kneecap. Put a blanket there if you need. We're just going to do it a couple of times. So inhale, straighten up. Just watch that left kneecap. Exhale, sink deep. Keep the arms reaching up once more. Strong core. Inhale, straightening that right leg. Keep the right hip low. And exhale, sink into it. Bring the hands down to the mat. Pick up the left knee. Go to plank on an inhale. Exhale, lower to the mat. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, hold. Inhale a little higher. Be aware of those elbows and shoulders. Exhale, hold. Inhale, higher still, perhaps lift the chin, tuck the toes, exhale, down facing dog. Inhale, right leg goes high. Exhale, swing it through between the palms. Lower your left heel down. We're going to inhale up to warrior one. So the left heel's gone down now. Exhale, sink nice and deep. Square those hips. Feel solid, feel strong. We're going to inhale, straighten the right leg. And exhale, sink a little deeper. Push back into that left heel. Inhale, straighten. And exhale. Inhale, straighten. And exhale. Bring the hands down. Let that left heel lift. And inhale, step to the front of the mat, looking up. And exhale down into a fold. Inhale, lift the arms up. Bring the palms together. And exhale, bring the hands down to the heart. Take a deep breath in. And a long exhale out. Second round. So, sorry, other side. We're going to inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale down into a fold. Inhale, look up halfway. And then the right foot's going back. So exhale it back. Pop that blanket there if you need it. Lower the knee. Inhale, reach the arms up in line with the ears. Exhale, sink a little deeper. So feeling really solid here. So think of the navel drawing back into the spine. Shoulders relaxed. Fingers reaching up towards the ceiling. Inhale, straighten that left leg. And exhale, sink it deep. Inhale. And exhale. Again, inhale. And exhale. Bring the hands down to the mat. Pick up the right knee. Inhale, it's a plank. Or lower the knees if you need. If you want to go more gently today, exhale to the mat. Point the toes. Inhale, cobra. Tuck the toes. Exhale, down facing dog. Inhale, left leg goes high. And exhale, swinging it through between the hands. Lower the right heel down. Ground into both feet. Inhale, come up. Lift the arms in line with the ear. Exhale, sink a little deeper. Square the hips up. Squeeze inner thighs in. Push the right heel back. And then feeling strong, navel into spine. We'll inhale, straighten the left leg. Gaze is fixed. Exhale, sink into that left knee. Inhale, straighten. And exhale, sink. Inhale, straighten. And exhale, sink into it. Bring the hands down to the mat. Inhale, step to the front of the mat, looking up. And exhale down into a fold. Inhale, reach the arms up. Bring the palms together. And exhale, hands to the forehead. Just take another moment, just asking for support from your higher self. Hands to the heart. Feeling connected into your heart space. Good. So let's inhale again, lift the arms up. And exhale again, down into a fold. Inhale, look up halfway. And exhale, left foot again is going down and lower the knee. This time we're going to inhale, lift the arms up. And then exhale, bring that right hand down into the right hip. So right hand's gone into the hip. Take a deep breath in. Sink nice and low as you exhale. So go as low as possible through those hips. And then deep breath in to lift up through the spine and just exhale, tip over to the right. So you don't have to go very far to feel a pretty good stretch. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale, take it over to the right. So it's a pretty good stretch up the left side. Inhale, center. And exhale for 3. Inhale, center. And exhale for 4. Inhale, center up, strong belly, strong core. Exhale, go over and hold it for 2, 3, 4. Let it go through the hips. And 5. Now lift both arms up in line with the ear as you inhale. And exhale, bring both hands down to the floor. We're then going to inhale, look up. Hamstring stretch. We're going to exhale, straighten that right leg. Walk the hands back to wherever they need to be. And then we're going to hold it here, reaching to that right big toe for 2, 3. Deep stretch. 4. Keep breathing. 5. Let yourself sink into it. 6. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Slowly come all the way back into the lunge. Bring the hands either side of the right foot. Left hand firm to the floor. Inhale, lift your right arm high. Look up to your right thumb and breathe. Good. From there, deep breath in. Exhale, hands come down. Lift the left knee, plank as you inhale. Exhale, lower. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, hold. Full body awareness as you inhale, a little bit higher. Exhale, hold. Pull those shoulders down. Inhale, come up a little bit more. Open the heart. Tuck the toes. Exhale, down facing dog. Inhale, right leg goes high. Exhale, bring it through. Lower the left heel down. Inhale, come up, warrior 1. With the breath, we're going to open it out on an exhale to warrior 2. So watch that right knee, keep it rolling out. Turn the right palm up, left hand goes down the back of the leg. We're going to go up to a peaceful warrior on the inhale. And then exhale, forearm to knee, left arm comes over. Inhale, come back up to warrior 2 and straighten the right leg. And then keeping the right leg straight, we're going to inhale, reach out as far as you can. Exhale, Trikonasana, looking up to your left thumb. And we'll just hold the stretch there. Deep breath in. And then exhale, bring the hands down. Let that left heel lift. As you inhale, step to the front of the mat, looking up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend the knees a little if you need it to come all the way up, palms together. And then exhale, bring the hands to the forehead. Another moment to connect in. And hands to the heart. Let's take a few more breaths here as we pause this round. Good. Now we're going to inhale to lift the arms up and exhale down into a fold. Same on the other side. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, right foot goes back, lower the knee. Pop something under there if you need it. Sink low through the hips as you inhale, lift the arms up. And then exhale, bring the left hand down into the hip. Reach up through the right arm. Feel strong and steady here. Navel back into spine. Deep breath in. And exhale. Again, you probably don't need to go very far. Over to the left to feel a good stretch. Inhale, come up. Center. Exhale to the left. Inhale. Exhale to the left. Inhale. Feel strong through the thighs, through the belly. Exhale for 4. And inhale. And then exhale, come over and hold it for 2. Sink a bit lower through the hips. 3. Ground into the left foot. 4. And 5. We'll then inhale, center up, both arms reach up. Exhale, hands come down to the floor. Inhale, look up. And then exhale, we'll hamstring stretch. So we're going to straighten that left leg as much as you can. Looking to the left big toe. We're just going to allow ourselves to soften and melt into this one for 2. Deep breaths. 3. 4. Keep lengthening and lowering. 5. That is great. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. And, oh, I don't want to come out of that. That feels so nice. We're going to inhale, come back forwards into the lunge. Right hand stays on the mat. We're going to inhale, lift the left arm up, sink into that twist, sink the hips low, and we'll hold it here. Deep breaths, roll the shoulders back and down. Left hand directly above the right, shoulders stacked, heart rotating to the ceiling. Deep breath in. And then exhale, bring the left hand down, lift the right knee, inhale to plank. Exhale to the mat. Straight through. Pigeon out. Inhale, come all the way up. Lift your chin if you can. Roll those shoulders. Feel the heart opening, releasing. Tuck the toes. Exhale, down facing dog. Inhale, left leg goes high. Exhale, swing it through. Lower the right heel down. And inhale, come up. Let's do our little dancing warrior. So we inhale to warrior one. Sink deep, squeeze inner thighs in. Open the thighs and hips out as you exhale to warrior two. Keep sinking into that left knee. Make sure it stays over the ankle. Turn the left palm up. Inhale, go back to peaceful, looking up if you can. And then exhale, left forearm to the knee, right arm comes over into side angle. Really mindful movements as you inhale, come up and straighten the left leg. And then inhale, reach out as far as you can. And exhale, come down, Trikonasana, looking up to your right thumb. And we'll just hold it here. Draw the belly in. Push back through that right little toe side of your foot. Full body awareness. And then inhale, come up. And then windmill, bend the left knee, windmill the hands to the mat, go back down facing dog. Stay here in your down dog or lower to the knees. Take a rest, come down and bring the forehead to the mat. Leave the hands outstretched or bring them around by your feet. And if you're in down dog, take a few breaths there and then join us down here in Malasana when you're ready. Good. And then from Malasana, we'll bring the hands either side of the ears, pushing up into hero's pose. And if this is too much for you, just come and sit cross-legged instead. But if you can, just sit, bring the hands onto the thighs. 5 deep breaths. Good. And then from there, we're going to swing the legs around. We're going to do a seated pigeon. So we're going to sit with the feet just in front, hip width apart. You're going to take the hands behind you, so you're leaning back, but try not to collapse. Try and keep pushing up. You might need to move the feet a little bit further forward. You're going to bring, and you might need a hand to guide that right foot, right ankle onto the left knee. And then maybe the left foot will come back a little bit. It's quite strong, this. And then it's up to you how far forwards you push. So as you inhale, pushing up towards that little triangle that you've made, that little structure. Keep the right foot flexed. We'll hold it here. Deep breaths. And then we're going to release the foot back down to the floor. Take the feet a little bit wider, and then we're going to push into a squat. Bring the elbows into the knees. Bring the hands together at the heart to hold. Deep breaths. And then sink it back onto your bottom. Use your hands to guide you back into that first position. Hands behind. You might need the hands to guide that left ankle back onto the knee again. Foot stays flexed. And then we're going to push into the hands and find this deep seated pigeon here on the left side. So deep breaths as you know, if you're quite far back, it's not going to feel too much. But as you push yourself in, maybe if you pull that right foot back, sometimes it's a tiny amount of movement needed to find a much, much deeper stretch. So you just, monitor yourself, guide yourself, be your teacher. And then we're going to take that left foot down to the floor. Take the feet a little bit wider. And again, bring the hands wherever you need them to be to push yourself forwards to Malasana. Bring the elbows in, look up, open the heart and chest, sink into the feet, feel strong here. Pull up Mula Bandha, pelvic floor muscles. We're going to hold it. 2, 3, 4, And 5, come down. Good. Straighten the legs out in front of you. Now, this next one we've done a few times this week. I'm loving this next one. I'm going to do it with my left leg just because it's the one that's nearest the screen. But you're going to do it with your right. So bring your right foot in, either just into the thigh like this. Okay, so this is like the gentle option for anyone with a knee problem. If you can, it feels nice this. You're going to bring the right foot around. You know, we do this one quite a lot. It's called triangle. We're on the top of the foot, but we're going to take this right knee and we're going to open it out. So we've got a right angle between the knee and the thigh, between the thigh and the inner thigh. So we're not turning the foot out. That would feel quite uncomfortable. So don't do it because that's going to really feel awkward here into this hip. Bring the foot right in. You're on the top of it, okay? And then you want this right angle. So left leg is square. We're then going to inhale. So whichever one you're in, foot into thigh or foot behind, we'll exhale, come into a fold. So really sink that right hip back as you fold through, chin towards shin, gaze to big toe. It's just quite a different stretch in this one. And then inhale, look up halfway. Bring both hands to the inside of your left foot. Now I'm going to show you the option if your foot is back first. So your left hand is going to go under your thigh. You might then find your left elbow can come to the floor as well, but don't worry if it can't. You're going to bring the right hand onto your waist and roll it back, and then bring your right arm up and over into a Pravrita Jani Shavasana. But those of you who can touch your feet, just be aware that this right hip doesn't lift up. Keep pushing it back. So be aware that as you come over, this hip could roll because there's a lot of space for it to. Push it back and then maybe don't come so far. Those of you with foot into thigh, left hand goes on the knee and then the right shoulder rolls back. That's it, Nilly, you got it. And then the palm is down towards the floor. Lovely. And you're reaching. Well done. That looks lovely, Janet and Camilla. Those of you I can see. Well done. Pull the left toes back a little bit. And then slowly come up and straighten. Oh, have I frozen? I think I may have frozen. What's happened? Hopefully you can still see me. Oh, I don't know. That's a bit strange. Oh, yeah, I'm there. Cool, cool. Don't know what happened there. Okay, so I'm going to do the other side. So this time it's my left and your left. So bring the left foot in or take it back round behind. Open out, find that angle. Inhale, lift the arms up. And exhale, tipping over that right leg now. Chin towards shin, gaze to the big toe. Push back through that left hip. Deep breaths. And then inhale, come up, bring both hands to the inside of the right leg. Take your right hand now, tuck it under your thigh or bring it onto your knee. So right hand goes onto your knee, that's it. And then we're going to bring the left hand onto the waist, roll it back, maybe right elbows on the floor, those of you with the foot tucked back. And then the left arm comes up and over into Pravarita. That's it. So if you can, look up and under the arm, and remember again, just push back through that left hip. Don't let the left sit bone sit up. Lift up. And then we're going to inhale, come all the way up and come onto your back and hug your knees into your chest. Give them a squeeze. Tight, tight, tight. Squeeze in, little rock side to side. Take the arms out wide, drop the knees and ankles to the right, bring the right hand onto the left knee. If you want to open that up a little more, turn the head to the left. And then inhale, come to center, exhale to the left, turn the head to the right. Bring the left hand onto the right knee, squeezing it down to find a twist. This side. And then come back onto your back. Bring both feet down to the floor with the knees bent. Now just bring the right knee in and bring your arm to the inside of your right knee. Little half happy baby. So we're going to take the peace fingers just around the right foot and stack the right ankle on top of the right knee. If you want more here, bring the hand around the side of the foot, and then you can get a bit more pressure to actually not yank that foot down, but you can feel like you're just creating a heavier, you wouldn't pull on your big toe, there's not enough there. So grabbing the side of the foot can feel really nice here, and just hold it. And then lower, and do the same on the other side. Bring the left foot in, either peace fingers around big toe or sides of the feet to bring that in, to hold, ankle over the knee. And then bring the right back to meet the left, and whichever position you're in, just mirror it between the legs, and maybe have a bit of a rock side to side. That's great. And then from there, we'll just drop the soles of the feet together. Baby toes, side of the feet comes down for a little release in Supta. You might want to just bring your hands onto the thighs, and then tuck your tailbone in, draw your belly in, tuck your chin in, place the hands anywhere that you'd like to. Close the eyes, starting to move into that meditative space now at the end. Take a moment just to check in with yourself. How are you feeling? How were you feeling at the beginning? How are you feeling now? I think that's one of the most wonderful things when we're practicing yoga, is just that, oh, that feels better. Let's always just take a moment just to honor that and have gratitude for that at the end of the practice. And then you can either stay there or stretch your legs out into Shavasana. Use a bolster if you want to under your knees. Take your arms out, palms up, or leave the hands on the body. Good. And taking your time to come into Shavasana here. Deep breaths. And just feeling your way into your heart space, into any feelings there that feel uncomfortable today. Any emotions that you'd rather not have, that perhaps are so almost shameful sometimes that we don't even share with our nearest and dearest, because feelings of bitterness and resentment or jealousy towards others, we don't want to admit to having those, but let's admit to ourselves that we all do at times. Let's be honest. So the first person we can forgive is ourselves, knowing that we're human. And there's always a root to why we feel a certain way, that comes to some kind of hurt that's been triggered. So breathe and let yourself soften into the knowledge that you are only human. We all go through ups and downs throughout this journey of life. And we all move from dark to light, from light to dark, in a continuous flux of emotion. The heart opens, the next second it's closed. And so it goes on. So allow forgiveness to just reign over you now. Let it wash away the dark, the negative, the shame of feeling. Allow yourself to feel compassionate towards yourself and your humanness. Compassion for the hurts, the pain, the suffering that you have felt, for the heartaches, for the insecurities, the paranoias, the fears. And just honoring yourself and your journey and the challenges you've had, which have brought you to here. Forgive. And if you're not ready to forgive yourself, then have a willingness to forgive yourself maybe tomorrow, or maybe next week, or maybe in a few years. Just a willingness to one day, but not quite yet. And then turn all of that outwardly to a person or a group of people or a situation that you're struggling to forgive outside of yourself, that perhaps you're feeling resentful about, you're angry, you're bitter. You can't quite let go of it. And see the people involved and their humanness. Everything that brought them to the place where they acted the way they did or did what they did. Their pain, their suffering, their heartbreaks on their journey, their challenges, their fears, their paranoias, their insecurities. And see if it's possible to feel some forgiveness towards them, some compassion. And you don't have to let them know, that you don't have to run to them and fall at their feet and forgive them with compassion. You can just feel it a little bit in your heart. And if you're not ready to, you can have a willingness to perhaps come to that at some point in the future. And we don't have to know everything that happened to a person that led them to the betrayal or the hurt. But we can be sure that each of us on this planet has had a difficult journey. And then slowly starting to bring your awareness back to your body, back to your breath. And knowing that you can move in any way now, any way that feels nice, the head, the arms, the hands, the feet. And then when you're ready, roll to your side and gently come up to sit. And just take another moment just to call for that help, that support from the higher self and spirit. And then lower the head to blink the eyes open. And lift the head up when you're ready. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you, guys.